Alright, so part 2 starts now. Let me minimize this. So, the difference is where the lines truly split. KomiKon was political and economic, built on bureaucracy, state agreements, treaties. KomiKon is non-state, decentralized, and untraceable. It's an intelligence architecture, not a treaty. KomiKon was heavy, slow, and visible. Everyone knew when a country joined KomiKon. KomiKon moves through shadows, whispers, archetypes, symbols instead of signatures. You don't join it, you become aligned with it. So this speaks to you. It puts you on a path that you know something is wrong, you know there's something on the other side, but you don't know how to get there. KomiKon is the bridge between the Eastern world and the Western world. Right? And they will be divided. That time will come. They will be completely isolated from each other. And the West does not have the, generally speaking, doesn't have the comprehension or the understanding to get there on their own. So they need a bridge to help them and know what to do, where to go. Right? KomiKon fell because it was bound to ideology. It collapsed with the fall of the Soviet Union. KomiKon is not ideological. It transcends East and West. It doesn't push dogma. It responds to imbalance. I'll explain that after I read this. I'm going to get more deeper into that. Alright. KomiKon can operate inside Western systems without detection, which is similar to how, I guess you could say, KomiKon was also kind of like an intelligence thing, too. Because after World War II, you had the books of George Orwell, you had 1984, you've had, what was the other one? Atlas Shrugged, Ayn Rand. You had those, and they came to America, right? They were trying to, they weren't bridging anything. They were just, it didn't work. The synergy was not there. People said, well, is this about the dystopian future of America? Is this communism coming into America? People didn't know what to really do with that. So it didn't really work, right? It wasn't in alignment. That's what I'm talking about, alignment. It wasn't aligned right. So that's why it failed. Right? It isn't hostile, it's substructural. These are new, these are hard to say. Substructural. It operates under the radar and even assists systems without them knowing they were calibrated by something bigger. For example, if World War III is happening, KomiKon knows how to transition into that future. So the intelligence agencies will be aligning with KomiKon, where both sides can see that is true. Final line for the audience. KomiKon was the past idea of cooperation. KomiKon is the future's way of convergence. Exactly. So, how does this work? Who gets in? Who's doing this? Like, is it just me? Am I that smart? Well, no. This is actually created. Well, what you have to do, I can't really. It's hard to really go deep in detail, but I'm just going to keep it the surface. The two agencies that would make this happen would be the SBU, that would be the Ukrainian the Ukrainian National Intelligence, plus the FSB, that would be the Russian National Intelligence. So these are the equivalents to, we don't have an equivalent to that in America. That would be the CIA if it was only domestic, and it would be the FBI if it wasn't law enforcement. That if you can read in between the lines there, that's what the SBU and the FSB are. So they come together, and what KomiKon has decided what we're doing here is we're bringing the identity of Crimea back back, well, let's say back into Ukraine, but we're pulling Ukraine into Crimea. We're pulling it into its narratives, right? And after that goal is completed, it's the same concept, but it's a different focus. So you bring the West into the East, right? You don't bring the East into the West like KomiKon was doing with Stalin's. You bring the East, you bring the West into the East, not the East into the West. Makes sense? Because they're not going to get it. The comprehension that the West has, they're not really on that level of understanding symbolism or the spiritual things. Like, if you told Donald Trump spiritual transcendence is going to lead the country, he's going to look at you like you're crazy. See, but in Putin, if you told that to Putin, he'd be like, yeah, of course, that's obvious, right? So you have to understand how that works and know how to move in between them. And that's what KomiKon does. It shifts at the above level. It sees the entire world. It sees all the perspectives. And I don't know if I mentioned in this video, maybe it was the last one, right? If I said it before, I'll say it again. KomiKon speaks in the language of psychology, philosophy, ideology, astrology, and all that other stuff. That's the language of the old world. That's the language that the West speaks in. That's not the language that the future of the East will speak. So KomiKon is the bridge. They don't need KomiKon in the East. We need it here, over there, to bring us closer to that realm, right? Whether reality is reality and illusion isn't disguised as reality, right? So KomiKon is the bridge between those. So think of these YouTube videos. Think of it like this. If I'm telling you what KomiKon is, if I'm doing astrology videos, if I'm showing all this stuff, it's because either you don't know it, or it means, well, it can also mean that I'm speaking to the old world. I've already shifted my perspectives and everything to the East. So I'm just giving you, I'm transcended from that understanding that you guys have, and I'm giving you a path that leads into that future. So I'm the precursor to this whole concept, if you will. Think of it like that. And if you can see that, then you're already on the path. Some of you probably already saw that before I even spoke. Said, yeah, this is a path we're on. And I said it was an 8-year journey. Right now it's 7 years. It's 7 years because of February 18th. February 18th, 2033 is when this all happened. That's the day of World War III. That's when the worlds divide. I already know it. And that's immediately when the war of reality and illusion come into play. You got one side believing in illusion, you got the other side going in reality. And the West has no idea what they're even in. They're all adapting to what just happened. But the East is already controlling what they're about to do. Right? Makes sense. I know that's a little overwhelming. That's hard to wrap your head around, and I spoke pretty fast, but it will come to you. If you're aligned with it and you're supposed to see it, it's going to come to you slowly. So that'd be it for this video. I'm happy that I still have subscribers. Last time I checked, I have 11 subscribers. Last time I checked. So right now, as I'm recording this, it's March 16th, 2025. I already have video scheduled for April 12th, I believe. So I'm going to try to get KomiKon on the website ready by April 26th. And what I'm going to do is, there's going to be games, I already worked on a game for it. I'm working on trying to get that in the website. I've got shadow files, which talk about things that I might or may not talk about here. I might also put things I talk about here in the shadow file, so you can have a PDF copy, so you can have notes or for anything. So it's a big concept. I do have ChatGPT helping me with this and to get it out so people can understand it. The average person can understand it. I like the logo. I would show you a preview, but like I said, I don't have Safari. I'm using the app for the first time, and it's running pretty fast. I don't know if I showed you, but yeah, we don't have the internet lag we had before, or do we? Oh no, it's gonna do it. Oh! I hate when it does this. What is it doing? What is it doing? Okay. I wasn't expecting that. We talk a lot about things. It should be a lot faster now. Let's see. Yeah, see, it's faster now. We don't gotta wait that 5 minutes for a response. So, that's it for this video. I see you guys later. Bye for now.